Hey everybody! In today's video, I have such a quick and fun technique for you. It's not even a technique. It's a couple of new layering stencils that I just love, and I want to show you two different inks to use them with. To start with, I'm going to use Distress Oxides. I know I'm on a bit of an Oxide kick lately. I love them. They're my favorite. But I'm using them in particular here because they do layer so well on top of each other, and I want to show you the difference between these and dye ink with stencils. Now, I have sprayed this beautiful stencil with PIXIE spray to hold it down to my cardstock. So that's why I'm having a little bit of a challenge kind of getting it positioned right. And I do put a red dot on the non-PIXIE spray side of my stencils so that I remember which way is sticky and which way is not sticky. So I'm adding a little bit of spiced marmalade with my life-changing blender brushes and this gorgeous mandala. Now I have my cardstock cut for me at an amazing little family business that I have online. And so I always have these panels of 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock to work with for my cards. But if you want to capture this whole stencil, you can just cut yourself a bigger piece of cardstock. Now I have the second layering portion of this amazing stencil that I'm lining up. And again, I have PIXIE spray on the back of this and a little bit of cat hair. Like, I'm just keeping it real here. It happens. And I'm using picked raspberry ink for the second layer. This is what I call my Bollywood combo. As much as I'm a blue girl, pink and orange makes me so happy. And I think that orange just makes blue look better, as you know, if you've looked at any of my cards. So I'm always happy to use these two. Now I am trying to be careful to add enough ink here because as I'm putting it on, it's a little bit hard to see which part is orange still and which part's pink. So make sure you're generous with the Distress Oxides. Since they are opaque, it's going to be great. It will layer on top of that orange color, but just make sure you have enough of it. And then the big reveal. Look how cool that is. And I have a little ink in the middle. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't matter. I'm putting a YETI on top of it. Everybody calm down. Now, the cool thing about putting PIXIE spray on your stencils is as you put it down on top of your cardstock, it also sticks to my mat. And so it holds the whole thing in place. I don't have to worry about tape. I don't have to worry about adhesive underneath the cardstock. Everything's secure. So for the second stencil, I'm using dye-based inks. My favorites are Gina inks. And this is a gorgeous layering poppy stencil. My friend Mary Kay, my fellow Texan, is the one who designs these stencils, and I think she's kind of a stencil savant. She has designs that are super unusual and unique and fun, and this is one of them. I couldn't wait to get this going, and I actually have some non-floral ideas for this stencil, which hopefully I'll have time to film when I stop traveling here in a couple weeks for a few months, which I'm very excited about. So this is Red Hot ink. To me, this is the truest red ink in my collection, so it's pretty much my favorite. And I'm just using the base layer of the stencil to get this red ink down. And I do want to have enough of it. I'm going to be blending the yellow ink on top of it, but really just for kind of a glow. So I want to make sure that I have enough coverage of the red ink. Now, since all of my stencils have PIXIE spray on the back of them, I can actually kind of stick them together. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 stacked up, and you'll see why when I go to the third stencil. But it's sticky enough to stick to the first stencil. I'm using this gorgeous yellow ink to brighten up those centers of this little poppy. And you can see just as I'm doing it how different that looks from the ones that I don't have yellow ink on top of. However, at the end, you'll see it's actually kind of a subtle glow in the center of that flower, and it looks really natural and pretty. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not missing any that are around the edge, so that's why you'll see me pause just a little bit. And now I have these teeny tiny, I call them the dental brushes in the Picket fence brushes. And I'm orienting the stencil correctly. There is a correct orientation for these. And as you can see, 3 layers is too much. So I'm going to take the first 2 off and just use the 3rd layer with the PIXIE spray on the back. And my red dot telling me which side is sticky. And now this will stick down to my mat. And I'm going to take Gina K's little ink cube and use the teeny tiny brush. I won't make you suffer through the real-time version here. I'll speed it up a little bit. But this tiny little detailed flower center is so cute. And I'm doing that just in black. And when I'm done with these, I just take my stencils to the sink and rinse them off. I don't care that much about it. I also just rinse off my brushes. But look what a cute little poppy that is. I love that so much. Layering stencils are pretty much my favorite. And here's what I did with them. This adorable YETI with little cheeks and freckles. And then just a simple die cut for the poppy card. So head over to my blog and thanks so much for watching.